Hello. Today's tip when it comes to virtual galas is really zeroing in on those of you that are planning on hosting a Zoom meeting, Zoom webinar, or other type of webinar virtual gala, like maybe using Demio or Livestorm. And in addition to that, you're talking to people about hosting some sort of watch party. So both of those things, Zoom meeting and or a webinar, Zoom webinar, Demio, Livestorm, plus there's going to be watch parties that your donors are going to be hosting. Now, every one of these virtual galas has different elements to it that have to be considered and thought through. And this is one that is just starting to make an appearance because we're starting to see people socialize a bit. And that socializing might be taking place on a patio. It might be taking place in a deck. It might be that you feel comfortable enough to invite people into your home and you're socializing in that way. This isn't for everybody, but it might be for you. So here are the considerations. And this is a big one that you've got to think about in order to ensure that your nonprofit makes the most amount of money from its live auction and its fund a need. Now, a little bit of background. One of the reasons, of course, that many people choose Zoom meeting or one of the webinar platforms is because they like the fact that they have instant chat that is available to make that live auction actually feel like a live auction. And you can immediately see the bids that are coming in. We're starting to see some of the auction software platforms catch up to this, but this has been kind of what's been used since March when COVID-19 originally hit with if you're looking for immediate feedback on live auction and fund needs. So because of that, think about your watch party and why this might create a conflict with that. In a watch party, let's say that my friend Julie has invited 3 couples over. So it's going to be 8 people over on her back patio. She's got a large screen TV, gorgeous outdoors space, kitchen, the whole 9 yards. And we're going to watch your virtual gala at her backyard bash at the watch party. So, all right, we go over there. Now, even though I may be registered, maybe I didn't register individually, I'm hoping that you're able to capture my registration, but for sure, she has registered and she's logging in to watch the virtual gala on the large screen TV. The rest of us, the 6 of us, well, 7 if she's got a partner. So the 7 of us are sitting there watching everything on the screen. And she is standing up there next to a laptop because remember, she signed in. So if I want to bid in a live auction item, I have to go through Julie. I have to say, hey, Julie, can you go ahead and place a bid for $700 for me? And when Julie comes in on that Zoom, it's going to say her name, not my name. So then she needs to say, Sherry is bidding $1,000. And then if I want to bid again, she's got to type that in. Alternatively, I could run over and take the computer from her, but that seems a little awkward. The other issue is that how awkward is it if I'm bidding against someone in the same space? It's one thing if you're in a hotel ballroom and you're just kind of, laughing at each other as you raise up your paddle, but it's a completely other thing if you're shouting at Julie, I want to bid 1,000. And then this neighbor next to you is like, I want to bid 1,100. I don't know that will fly as well. So that's the first issue with live auction. The second issue is with fund a need. You've got, again, people that are sitting here in the room. I'd like to contribute $1,000. She's having to type that in and assign that to her guest. It's not me. Julie's logging in. I know that's what's showing up in the Zoom right now, chat folks, but it's Sherry who's making that donation. It can get a little bit messy. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is for those people that are hosting watch parties, encourage them to tell their guests, and you as well should be telling the guests, to take their phone. Most people will take their phone anyway, but take their phone or a tablet or their laptop, because we want them during this live auction and the fund a need to be able to have their own access to bidding. We don't want to have to go through the table host, through the watch party host. We want them to be able to do that on their own, at least for that. Maybe you've got a pre-show where you're doing wine tastings. Hey, okay, great. We all watch that together. But when it comes time for that live auction, the fund a need, we want individual people to have their device. Almost, I might add, kind of getting back to this idea that we saw initially with these virtual galas. It's kind of like when we were utilizing YouTube and Facebook and Vimeo and live streaming it out, but we still asked people, where's my phone? We still asked people to bid on their phone. They had to flip around on the screen, one to watch the show, the other one to bid. Kind of like that. Honestly, with these watch parties, and using Zoom or webinars. The other element is that we want them not to use their cell signal on their phone. You're going to have a better, faster connection, hence not a delay in the chat if they're connected to wireless. So we would like for those hosts of the watch parties to share their network, their wireless password. Many people do this anyway, honestly, but share their password with their friends. So that way everybody can be on a faster network when they're bidding. So yeah, we're watching the show together, but I'm bidding here on my phone and I have control of that as Sherry, as the bidder. I'm not having to ask my host to do that for me. This could be done on, again, phone, it could be on a tablet, it could be on your laptop. It's really up to whatever the guest wants. So that's a little bit of tip. You will have better donations in your nonprofit if you're able to convey that, because if you get too many watch parties going, they're having a great time, but you've created, well, you haven't created, they've kind of created this block between the ease of bidding is now suddenly a hindrance of bidding. They're having fun together, they're watching together, but it's not easy for them to bid. That was the convenience of having Zoom meetings and webinars initially is, man, I'm right there in front of the computer, boom, I can just go ahead and type. These challenges come up all the time with different styles of virtual galas. If you are new to this space and are trying to find out what sort of virtual gala you want, go to the area on my website, redappleauctions.com, free resources tab. I've got a drop down there. You'll probably want to start with the virtual gala cheat sheet. It's 2 pages long. And then if you decide you want to get the master level class, you can go ahead and sign up for the free COVID-19 the next 6 months series, talking about all of the rollouts of the different virtual galas we've seen, styles, pros, cons, and so forth. It's an investment in time, but it's also an investment in learning because you'll learn a lot from that free course as well. Hey, I'm Sherry with Red Apple Auctions. As always, good luck to you in your virtual gala.